afternoon, this is Derek Chamblee, broadcasting from Chamblee, Atlanta, the next great American city. Battleground Zero, the epicenter of the 2017 civil defense of the United States of America. Beautiful day today in Chamblee, Atlanta. It's winding up on 4:30 Sunday, July 23rd, 2017, and we've got another edition of Cyber Circle Time, and this one comes from, we're going to reference Wikipedia, the title, Emperor. It's very interesting. Our current president, following his path, Trump path, Napoleon, Emperor of the American people. At any rate, interesting, some of his comments in the New York Times article covered by most of the media outlets as follow-ups about Napoleon and his recent meeting with the president of France, and some interesting comments that our current president Donald Trump said about Napoleon and history and whatnot. In a follow-up, people were wondering if he really knew the history. At any rate, the breaking articles about one of the president's tweets discussing, well, basically he's saying we all know that he has the power to pardon. So there shouldn't be a controversy with that. Now, just on one of the particular Sunday talk news shows, one of the president's lawyers, Jay Sekulow, was saying something to the effect that we haven't discussed pardons. And, you know, another point that comes out is basically that a president can grant clemency or a pardon even before one is charged with a crime. So it's an interesting examination of the powers of the presidency and what is connected with amnesty or a pardon. For instance, one of the first executive actions of our former president, Jimmy Carter, was to grant amnesty, or in essence a pardon, to all of the Vietnam war resistors, some of whom had left the country for places like Canada. And raging in the immigration debate is what's called amnesty for those particular illegal immigrants that have businesses, jobs, families, and have been well adjusted for many years in the United States, to give them amnesty. At any rate, the president makes quite a few references to the American people, the American people, the American people, and it reminds you of our former president, Richard Nixon, when he would go on broadcast to convince the American people that he was not a crook. And that was when investigations of his particular finances came up, very similar to the investigations right now on the finances of ongoing investigation, not just new investigation of Special Counsel Robert Mueller. This is an ongoing thing, even dating back to the campaign, the release of the current president's taxes, or tax reports, returns, and to find out the full extent of his empire, the Trump brand, the Trump empire. Hardly any question that he has built this particular empire, which is worldwide, and President Trump made a comment about at some point. It's basically just good, not to quote him exactly, it's good business. To do business with Russia is good business. As Russia emerged from what was known as the Soviet Union, everybody knows that the particular regime of our current president of Russia, their current president, V. Putin, is basically kind of robber baron, capitalist, favoring, bringing the former Soviet Union into the world economic system. And the way to do that is to elevate